It is said that boxing's origins began at a contest amongst countries, the Olympic Games in Greece in 688 BC. Since then, very little has changed, and fighters carry the dreams of nations with them into the ring. Miguel Cotto has represented Puerto Rico, an island heavily steeped in boxing tradition, with dignity for over a decade. A four-time world champion with a smothering style, he has garnered respect and admiration in the boxing world, and has a fan base that is heaviest when he fights in New York City.
Miguel Cotto is just a throwback fighter. He is Roberto Duran, Julio Cesar Chavez. He has the skill sets of a real guy that's going to hunt you down, wear you to the body, stoic, workmanlike, never ducked anybody.
Miguel Cotto fighting like a man possessed.
His opponent, the Argentine Sergio Martinez, comes from a country with a high boxing pedigree as well. But that is where the similarities end.
Sergio Martinez has a very free-flowing, almost an abrupt style that he makes up on the fly.
Nothing's been given to him. Everything he's got, he's worked for it, and he's not willing to give it up in the ring, and that makes him such an intriguing fighter.
That is the knockout of the year, if nothing else. A sensational, shocking, one-punch knockout.
Being the middleweight champion of the world is supposed to carry a certain cachet, but a long, contentious negotiation left the champion with a bitter taste.
Este combate se realiza porque yo accedí a todos los caprichos que tuvo Cotto, tales como subir subir primero al ring yo siendo el campeón, subir, ser presentado primero yo siendo el campeón.
I just asked for something I earned.
Y las peticiones que hizo rozaban entre lo absurdo y lo ridículo. Como dije, delirios de diva, delirios de vedette, de diva, nada más.
Now they are slated to meet on June 7th for the middleweight championship at the world's most famous arena.
El 7 de junio yo me pongo los guantes y le pego una paliza.
I own Madison Square Garden. That's my place.
Esa noche los argentinos vamos a copar Nueva York, vamos a copar el Madison Square Garden y el cinturón mundial del peso mediano va a regresar a la Argentina.
I don't think there's any doubt that what happened in Madison Square Garden on the night of June 7th could be the most electric night in all of boxing.
Miguel Ángel Cotto from Caguas, Puerto Rico, took what most boxing aficionados would characterize as a classic path to boxing superstardom. It started with a stellar amateur career that was bookended at the 2000 Summer Olympic Games. After the Olympics, Miguel turned pro, utilizing an aggressive offensive attack that included a signature punch, a monster left hook that he fires to the body. For over a decade, he has taken on all comers, dominating 3 divisions.
The thing that's admirable about Miguel Cotto is that for a marquee star, there's not a lot of holes in his resume, going back to his days as a 140-pounder, going all the way up to 154, that if you look at his record, it is dotted with everyone you want to face.
It is estimated that over 1 million Puerto Ricans live in New York City, and since 2006, Miguel Cotto fighting on the weekend of the city's Puerto Rican Day Parade has become tradition. And Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, is indeed Miguel Cotto's home turf.
I enjoy my whole career fighting at Madison Square Garden and being there with a bunch of Puerto Ricans rooting for me. It's great.
When I think of Miguel Cotto, I think Cotto 140. That's when Miguel Cotto really jumped onto the big stage.
His debut on boxing's biggest stage would be a highly anticipated battle against then undefeated New Yorker, Paulie Malignaggi.
Cotto is just too strong for him right now and knows that he can't be hurt.
There you go, 1, 2, 3, and there's no contest.
Oh, that's a huge left there.
Malignaggi is hurt.
After opening up a cut over Malignaggi's left eye, Cotto would use his smothering attacking style and the left hook to win a unanimous decision.
He's a guy with a massive left hook. He's a guy that likes to come forward. And he likes to take a shot to give about 3 out.
In June 2007, on that same Puerto Rican Day parade weekend, he would make his first welterweight title defense against Brooklyn native Zab Judah in a sold-out Madison Square Garden.
I remember Miguel Cotto getting tagged and then Zab Judah doing his little dance, you know, getting hurt, and just these guys going back and forth.
Another left hook by Cotto. And he continues to crash away at Judah and gets the blood to flow from Judah's right eye again. Left, left, right, left to the body. Continued assault from the Puerto Rican star. Lots of the crowd standing as Cotto continues the vicious assault. Arthur McCanty watching closely. Judah goes to a knee.
When you look at Miguel Cotto, when he's coming at you, he's an unstoppable force. He's small, stout, well-built, and he comes right at you. And that Miguel Cotto can be fearsome.
Like waving a red flag in front of an angry bull.
Even though Judah's from New York was his town from then on.
After the knockdown in the ninth, Judah landed 2 big shots. He doesn't want any more, or so it appears. A memorable fight, which goes into the annals of all the other great moments in Garden history.
6 months after the victory over Judah, Miguel would return to the Garden to defend his welterweight title against Sugar Shane Mosley in what was billed as the most highly anticipated fight of the year.
Miguel Cotto has made a career of breaking his opponent's wills. Sugar Shane Mosley has never had his will broken. Something's gotta give.
You know, my greatest memory from Madison Square Garden is when I beat Shane Mosley. Importance of the fight because the level of my opponent was Shane Mosley. And when you put that all together, it means a lot for me.
Hard right hand by Cotto. Big left hand by Cotto. There's blood coming from a cut above Miguel Cotto's right eye. There's a faint trickle of blood out of his mouth. Mosley's chasing and pressuring. Cotto is retaliating with counter shots whenever he feels the need, but otherwise keeping distance. It's been a high contact battle.
Considered by many to be the underdog, Cotto rose to the occasion and in a highly competitive, action-packed fight, won by unanimous decision. In July 2008, Miguel would face the hard-hitting Mexican, Antonio Margarito, in Las Vegas, with Cotto's welterweight title on the line.
Many believe that Margarito will try to jump Cotto from the beginning and use his bigger, stronger body to put pressure on the Puerto Rican fighter. Cotto seems ready for that.
Cotto looked impressive, consistently hitting the taller Margarito with hard, heavy shots. But Margarito pressed on, hurting Cotto with 2 huge uppercuts in the 7th round, and ultimately forcing a stoppage in the 11th. This fight would be marred in controversy after Margarito was speculated to have had plaster of Paris in his hand wraps before he fought Shane Mosley 6 months later. The rematch would happen in December 2011 in Madison Square Garden. This time, Cotto never looked hurt, never slowed down, and ruthlessly targeted Margarito's right eye.
Margarito's punches just don't have the same sledgehammer impact that they had in Las Vegas. 20,000 Puerto Ricans come to their feet as Cotto hammers Margarito with another left to the eye.
It was a seminal moment in his career that he was able to gain revenge on it. In a lot of ways, that was psychologically, not just physically, but I think psychologically cleansing for him.
It's over, and revenge is sweet.
The nights that he fought, whether it was Margarito or Mosley or Zab Judah, the excitement in that building was palpable.
Miguel Cotto, Sergio Martinez, the legendary warrior versus the superstar middleweight champion.
Big left hand by Martinez, and down goes Barker on a right hook. But he is taking big thunder, and a left hook upstairs from Cotto. He's getting hammered.
Cotto was beating the hell out of him.
Will he get up? No, he's been knocked out.
Cotto versus Martinez. Saturday, June 7th, live on pay-per-view.